it was in 1996 that there was an incident in Boston area where a person killed his wife, his daughter, and his father-in-law, and he fled the state. And that was an eye-opener to our community as what is happening. I was a part of IAGB at that point, and IAGB president and vice president, they asked women in IAGB to do something so we can prevent this from happening in future. And that was the beginning of Saheli. Our approach was to provide dignity and respect to women. It was to end domestic violence.
In the 1990s, when we started working with Saheli, a lot of the work was kind of informal. We had no office, we had no space, we had no funds. All we had was a very supportive community, people like yourselves, and about 10 extremely committed women. And we did a lot of work which today might be called emergency work. We wanted to make sure that women who sought help were safe, number one. So the work that we did was to make them safe, was to prevent the abuse from becoming dangerous, making sure that they and their children were safe. And to do that work, we had to make sure that we would accompany women to police stations, to courthouses, to make sure they had free legal help, they had some food to eat, and that if they needed it, they could have some money to buy a taxi ride or a trip to the station to find relatives. And
I joined Saheli in October 1996, and I joined as a TV advocate. That was my first role in Saheli. Over the years, my roles involved being a family service coordinator. Then my last job as I retired was a co-executive director of Saheli in 2021. Saheli has evolved so many levels over the last 28 years. When we started, we are close to zero funding, and we were really working out of our homes.
So Saheli was serving a lot of people in the community, and we realized to continue the services and to provide more beneficial services, we need some more funding. And we started writing grants. So we got the grants from Haymarket, from Kraft Foundation, Lenny Zakim Fund. That was the operational grant. And that was a big asset to Saheli to get that. They came and did site visit for Saheli. And they saw what we do, how many volunteers we have there, and what women, and the women that we are serving. They heard the stories of two women who were there, and they were just completely amazed that such a small group of women who can help these women in need of services.
I think women need friends, women need support, women's needs are generally ignored or taken for granted. And for those of us who come from very traditional societies, the role of mothers, the role of daughters, the role of aunts and grandmothers is often taken for granted. And Saheli means pay attention to that. That's half of mankind. Acknowledge where good work is being done. Say thank you. Say you are important. That's what Saheli means to me.